So we're recording now.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Everyone, welcome back to the second episode of 31 Sins, a paranormal podcast, if you will, with your hosts, Chuck and
John.
John.
You were going to say it.
I almost did, but that's kind of, your thing. But yeah, BB Paranormal, John and Chuck. And the Dead Bell. the Dead Bell's here.
That one I hit.
And weirdly enough, I have equipment at my house. John has equipment at his house. We're pretty sure John's house is haunted.
Oh, we got to put those videos up.
He likes to set up the equipment around his house for some reason. And shit's just been going off like crazy. So,
well, we got to give a shout out to Mima. Her mom passed away in 2019, and that's why she won't go ghost hunting, is because she doesn't want to run into her mom. And I'm trying to see if I can capture anything that would link it to being her mom, because I know she misses her. So,
well, something is definitely playing with toys.
Yeah.
And you're not even trying. You turn them on, you sit them there, and then
they just go off.
They just go off. They go crazy.
Turn on the REM pod here.
There you go.
And I'm just going to go ahead and set it way to fuck. Poop out there.
So then, this is going to be a live paranormal investigation / podcast episode then.
Who knows?
Yeah. But we figured today we were going to talk about some of the locations we've been to, the equipment, how we do things, why we do certain things,
and why we don't do certain things.
Yeah.
I am we don't really put the history in our videos on the stuff that we do. Because, everyone's got 2-hour videos with an hour and 45 minutes of history and 15 minutes of investigation. But I kind of wonder if people want to see that. I know we talked about before in the past making videos where we have the history on a separate video, like a little quick thing about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun making our own history.
Yeah, it's and we talked about it last time too. We watch all the videos, and pretty much every video we watch, there's always the first chunk of the video is the history of the place, which is awesome. It coming from somebody that, is just interested in watching paranormal, investigations or whatever it may be. They might not know about this place. So they get to learn about the place and then they go into it. Maybe for us, it's just because we do this already. We kind of know the history or some of the history or enough of the history.
Yeah.
Or it's like, we don't want to bore anybody, Like, here's the same story that you click on 15 videos of this location. You're going to hear the same 15 history lessons about it. So we do kind of go in with that mentality of like, you know what? Let's just see what happens, more or less.
I kind of think it helps other videos too, because if they already got it, people go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
All of our friends will watch our videos, and then they'll go with other people, and they'll be like, whatever their opinions are. And
because we've had mixed comments before, like, they just, it's a little too long, too much dead air, or just the evidence and X, Y, and Z. But it's like also,
or your friend that says we're all ghost hunters are the same.
Yeah. But we're still kind of trying to tell a story, about the location and how we're getting from A to Z, I guess, in a way, as opposing to knowing the B through Y. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
So we like to kind of go in. Yeah, we do our research, we do our investigating, our deep dives into the history of locations and whatnot.
A lot of research. That's the best part to me.
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and that's a double-edged sword, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But it's like, we get to go do some investigating, but also it's like, dude, we're in this house, this mansion from the 1800s. So it's like, this is cool to see original woodwork and wallpaper and layout of the kitchens and stuff like that. You're just like, this is crazy. But
good times.
Great time. So I don't know. You guys let us know if you feel like we should include some of the history of it. Take a little stab at it, I guess,
I don't know if I can do it to where it's to the cheesy point that some people do it. I'm not
Yeah.
against them. That's their style. Props to them. But I don't know if I can do it that way. Digging into our history, how do you go about it? Like, how do you, John?
I'll be 100%. Yeah. Hey, John. Check this place out. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I go to Wikipedia first.
Yeah.
I know a lot of it could be altered, but it's really like the most confined place to get
It's always the first thing that pops up.
all the info possibly. Um, but then I kind of read other people's takes on it, or like other investigators. Like they'll leave. I don't want to say reviews. What's the word I'm looking for?
Opinions.
Yeah, kind of just
Research.
yeah, what they've discovered or found out or heard about. Um, and 9 times out of 10, that website has their, that place has their own website with a lot of information. And you kind of go from there. That's usually how I do it. And then we end up down a rabbit hole watching all these other teams that
Videos and
investigate this
videos.
location. Yeah. So that's kind of how, when I get into that mind frame, or we got one coming up, it's usually where I start.
A lot like that, and then I like to go a little bit farther, where I'll try and find like any type of history records, tax assessors. Like, we didn't know Demon House had a movie theater in it. That was not on any floor plan that I found.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
But then we also didn't know it was laid out in 5 different subdivisions.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the thermal geo mapping.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool for the ravine under Cambry and stuff.
Oh, that was sick. That was actually really cool to find that out.
All kinds of cool stuff. And then you look at it, you look at the history and the time frames, who went missing, who disappeared, whose body's gone, then you start putting all this together, kind of guides you where to go.
Right. And I mean, not to mention, we found out a huge kind of piece of information about the Asher Walton house.
I'm so excited for that.
That was in public records. Very little about what transpired or happened. But, I mean, John, you tell him you read about it.
It's even in local news or archives or whatever you want to call it. They didn't really talk about it, but you're talking about the full moon, right? Okay, so like we found out about this a little too late, but that's why we rebooked it, and we have a guest coming with us too. It's going to help out. But I guess every month on a full moon, they would have all the women and children leave the building, and whatever, all the gentlemen of the whole town would get together, and they would do something. No one knows what it is. You can't find anything, but it's always every month on a full moon, no matter what. And what I did find, and I only found it in one thing, was if any one of the members were to pass away, women and children could not go to the funeral, and the body must be burned. So
really,
I don't know how accurate that is. I haven't gone to a graveyard yet or looked at any death records, but I found that one the other day when I was looking at it because next year it can't come fast enough.
No kidding. But we read about that little tidbit about the full moon and everything, and the day we got to Asher Walton, we had our little tour with Keith, and kind of just tossed it out there and be like, what do you know of this? And he actually verified and said, oh yeah, it's written. There's public record. Nobody knows what happened, what transpired, or what went down.
We did not get to meet his wife, but I wonder what it was like when they were living in that house for her during those times.
Very interesting. That'd be very interesting to find out. Maybe we can talk to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's got us hyped up for next year. So
I'm gonna make a note of this.
But yeah, we kind of do our own research and history dive. And to John's point, the cheesy, like it's going to be hard for us to be like, built in 1812. This
used to a weird wannabe cryptic voice.
Yeah. It's more or less just like, hey, we're at the Cambry house. If you don't know the history, just Google it real quick. But we're here to do this. Have fun, everyone.
I think the number one reason why I love that is because if we find something and something happens and they dig in the history books, they can put it together themselves. Because what's the two guys were at Cambry House last time? They were reading that log about come outside.
Yeah,
our video came out 6 months ago.
Yeah.
8 months.
Yep.
Something. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be an amazing time.
All
right. What?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that's kind of that part, as far as why we don't technically include that part in our videos, but we're kind of curious too if there's
People that want it.
you guys want to know the history about it. Um, are you kind of just there for the what did you guys find? What's the evidence, or do you want a little bit more? You know.
And the other spin off of that a lot of videos you see is they record or document the commuting to the location. We don't really do that either.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if it's because we're looking for Dollar Generals and Casey's or what.
It's true. If you guys didn't know, a little tidbit. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's a Dollar General, there is a haunted place nearby.
And there's always a cashier that wants to go with.
Yes, that's actually accurate as well. Yes. Every place that we've ever been to, there has been a Dollar General less than 5 miles away from it.
I think just one didn't have a Casey's. That was Asher Walton, wasn't it?
I think it was. No.
We had to go.
We had to drive out of the city a little bit, but didn't we?
Yeah, was that a Casey's though?
I don't remember now. Hey, either way, we got traditions and we try to stick to them traditions. You don't fuck with traditions.
Yep, no bullshit.
No. So yeah, as far as like the videos and stuff, if you want more history or something, let us know, because we'll give it a shot. But we're more or less trying to figure out what's going on at this place, and good segue, how we go about trying to figure out what's at these locations, how we communicate, how do we get evidence, how do we get any reactions, responses, action.
Here we use
Equipment we use,
the games we play,
questions we ask. There's a lot of stuff that we try not to do at all. A lot of it is kind of your same old typical questions. What's your name? How long you been here? Give us a sign. Yes, that comes out, and it's just kind of human nature, I guess.
The more that we go there, though, the more personal the questions get too.
Right. If we get names and stuff, then it
new stuff.
Then it gets on it to that point, But we're also the type, there's your old school methods, and you have, we'll call it new school methods. Right? Old school is your typical video camera, digital recorder.
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells. To where now you have websites that you can get paranormal equipment on. And I've always said a lot of the stuff is the same thing as the original, just put in a different casing, right? But who's to say that doesn't,
change the outcome?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you could take a little millimeter and sit it in the middle of the room. It's got to get close to that millimeter to actually activate. But you take that millimeter and you put it in, a big 10 by 10 circle with 5, LED strips sticking out. They don't have to get so close. You might catch something over in that far corner as opposed to
coverage
right in the middle of the room.
It's always on our videos because we always turn the sensitivity down. You got the the Solus. The only sensitivity you can mess with is the frequency and the weather. Our REM pods, we have no weather on there. It's just straight energy and touch. It cuts back all the naysayers. That's why I like that millimeter. You really got to get close to it to do anything.
Yeah. So much so, I think I'll share this first clip. If you are watching on YouTube, you're going to see it. If you're listening, come to YouTube and watch the video. This is one of those situations where we had the millimeter set up. Second floor Cambry House, outside of Fritz's room. This is really, I think, the first time we ever got any interaction with the millimeter. But this is what happened.
I don't know if you got sound or not, but I don't.
So, something like that. That's kind of makes the heart skip a beat, right?
It was pretty crazy. Did you have sound coming through for you?
I did. I don't know why you couldn't hear it, but
yeah. If not, you could put a link to the video.
I'm gonna have a link to the video
Even those short ones.
down below. But yeah, so yeah, the millimeter going off at this place actually went off what 3 or 4 times this investigation.
This last one, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about when me and you were there.
That one, it went off two major times and one little one on two
It went
different
off
floors.
twice on the second floor. I think it went off once when I was doing an Estes method. Right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Your Estes was crazy. The timing of it was like just whoa.
Yeah. And we've had this for a bit, and it never, ever, ever went off. Until this investigation here crazy on us. So gotta say we love that piece of equipment. For sure. That thing was usually the first thing that comes out.
Do we give a shout out how we got it? Or just leave it alone?
Nah, we'll leave that alone. It's ours.
Let's make another Facebook post about it.
Yeah. Go cry some more. Another one of my favorite pieces of equipment we have now is the Hydra.
New tech.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I was gonna guess if it was new or old tech.
Yeah, it is new. It kind of goes along with what I was just saying, as opposed to like the millimeter in the middle of the room to this device. Where is it? This device is called the Hydra. This thing, essentially, big giant octopus, which I'll share right now. And basically, what you're seeing is this center here is it's like a REM pod. It detects EMF.
That's a good picture.
Each one of these red pucks that you see at the end, there is one down here at the bottom. It's just kind of cut off right now.
Now, before you go any further, the sensitivity can be dialed way up for massive places, like if you're at Ashmore. But in this case, it's damn near off because, yes, that is a battery bank right there, and it is plugged in, but it doesn't pick that up. I don't know how or why, but we've tried everything to debunk that to make sure. And then even that puck, those sensors don't cross it either.
No. No. But yeah, these red pucks here, they pick up EMF and motion. Then the center is the same thing. If this device shoots green, that's detecting motion. So a vibration, a step, whatever it may be, EMF. EMF will only stem up from the pucks, so it's kind of like a nice little branch off to kind of, again, hit those different spots as opposed to just having one device in the middle of the room. This one kind of expands it significantly.
Kind of think the one in the middle does like the weather change and all the ones around do the actual physical movement. I mean, it could be all the above. I don't know, but that's just what it seems like if you watch the video.
Yeah, trying to see. So basically, yeah, this device just circle in blue, so it's kind of sensing. If anything was to get picked up, you would know from what direction. You would know if it was motion or EMF.
It always looks good in color, but see how it's picking up the EMF? It's spiking a little bit. But you got anything good down here where you get a bunch of active?
I have to see. Thought I had it queued up right, but I guess maybe I didn't.
There's those guys. What was it? Not Demon House. What was the one before Demon House? Asher Walton was going like crazy. But yeah, you got to switch SD cards.
No, I'd be able to pull that right up.
But this thing too, though, is like it picks up vibration and everything too. So you kind of want to watch where you put it. You know, if you're on a house that's really shallow and creaky, you know, see there's a spike right there when someone's moving.
You should see it.
But it's got its ups and downs. It's good for an abandonment for sure. But when you have a lot of people moving around, it's not what you want to use.
Yeah, you could definitely get some contamination from it just by.
But that tripwire
having a lot of people in there. Now, yes, tripwire is definitely moving up on my list as an amazing piece of equipment.
It's fantastic.
This is thing.
The Hydra was fantastic too. It's the one thing I don't like about it is if you crank that sensitivity, it will not stop. And that's just not right. Because put it on low. If you ever get it, I recommend turning it on and leaving it close to the power switch. It's because then when something goes through, I mean, at that point you could walk by and it doesn't pick you up.
Right. And that's the thing with the tripwire too. It is not motion or anything.
Vibrations, pure energy, right?
Each light is its own EMF detector essentially. So if one light gets tripped, the whole thing doesn't go off. Just that light. So they're supposed to be able to trace movement. So if this light goes off and you're like, okay, something's walking along this thing. Show this one real quick. Get a little piece of this. But at this time, as you can see there, we had this thing.
That's the millimeter in the chair in the back, isn't it?
Yes, this is the millimeter up here. We had this thing running from the second floor down the stairs around the corner. Captured that. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we're all sitting behind the camera pretty much.
This is something.
I lied. He was in the bathroom. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But yes, this trip line. And when this video comes out, you're going to see something actually absolutely amazing happen. Probably the craziest thing, I think. Not so much, I would say, scary or
it just makes you happy.
it was one of those things. It was just like, man, that is awesome that happened. And just like give you a little teaser spoiler or whatever. This is towards the end of the night. We're all kind of just hanging out on the first floor. Kind of going a little stale for a bit. And like I said earlier, one of the things we tend not to do is count. Counting is stupid. You shouldn't count and expect a spirit to respond. You know, that's just, I just can't see how that's like 1, 2, 3, and it goes like, now's my time. Like, come on.
Action.
So we were getting a little I don't know the right word. Giddy.
Yeah, it was kind of late.
You know. So me jokingly, I said, on the count of 3, give me your biggest trick yet. And I counted to 3. The Ovulus. Was the Ovulus or was it the Spirit Talker?
No, it was the Ovulus said lag.
Ovulus said lag. Like immediately. And then like 3 seconds later, this tripwire did something I had never seen before. And it was amazing to see. So we are currently working on that video. Hopefully to have it up here soon. But when you see what we're talking about,
yeah.
We'll
be able to talk a lot more about it once we get the video edited out. It's just one of those things where we don't want to ruin the thunder.
No.
The two guys that were there for the first time ever.
Which we should be doing a podcast with them
soon.
Here soon. This is our very first time doing an investigation. Kind of want to pick their minds on it, how they're feeling. It's been a couple weeks, I think, since we've done it. I want to see where their head is.
Yeah.
They do keep hounding us to get this video out, and I'm not trying to rush anything because.
Well, I think it messed with one of them so bad he decided to go get a ticket on the way home.
Yeah, that's it. That too. There wasn't a spirit that followed him; it was a police. Yeah. But yeah. So, what is your next piece? Would you say?
How do you know when it's too much for those? Before I go into mine, because like you got the tripwire and the Hydra running side by side.
This is one time where I felt like we had too much stuff. But it was also getting to your head like, well, if we don't have it up, what if something happens and we didn't have this piece of equipment out that could have like helped solidify what was going on,
right?
If we didn't have that tripwire out and I did the counting thing, it would have been a dud. Nothing. It would have been like, well, okay, all right, moving on.
Everything went off, but it came at us from that direction. That tripwire really like, oh crap.
Right. So, I guess it depends on the size of the location. And I think a lot of it too is if we've been there before, we kind of know what to expect, the type of reactions we get when we're at a place more than once.
Yeah.
Definitely know next time we go to Cambry, we're not busting all this stuff out.
See, then you got things like like I love K2s were always fun. They're really cool. The millimeter's amazing, but like the Rook, that's the next step from a K2. I don't know. It's so hard to get that Rook to go off, but when it does, you're like, oh my god, you
Yeah,
know. And like Ghost Stop, they have a lot of cool gear, and it's just like some of it you got to be. I don't want to say a rocket scientist to work, but you need to know how to figure out what's going on, which is why I like that. The Solus.
yeah.
That Solus, that'll do grafting time. Even if we missed it, it logs the time, the date, and what it was that made it go off, and you can go back in your cameras and match it all up. That's my favorite part.
That
I
Solus
love
is pretty amazing to see in action too.
it's. I mean, I don't know if I
It
can get it to.
is. It is a what? K2 EMF weather vibration.
You can shut off the sensitivity and all that. If you do the weather sensitivity, you can get it to where it'll have to move like 10, 20 degrees. Yeah, so I
Like the
got it on right
K2
now.
on steroids.
But like, I don't know if you can see this. Where's the camera? Come on now.
I think your
It's not the
background's
background.
blurring it out. Yep.
It is. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
And if I do that, the bottom one's vibration, so you're gonna see me. Look at it, I'm vibrating it. But half the time I put it down and put a camera on it. But if you get a flag and the weather one on the top, or if you get one like, well, that's an energy marker. So like you just got one, so it could be because of the monitors. Nope, it's not picking one up. That's vibration. So like, see, something's here. I don't know. I just put it by I put it by a charger that's plugged in, my cell phone, the monitor, nothing. It's it's great. And then like if you go inside, you can change all the digital settings on there too. Like right now, I got the vibration one turned off, so it's not making all those noises. But if I turn it all the way on, let's go back to the graph. See, it's going off like crazy. And then it's like falsifying that. So I usually shut that one off. And then like I had, you can see, I had the other ones turned. Maybe you can't, but I have the other ones turned down for 2 degrees for the weather one because 1 degree. I'm sorry.
You could do it walking by. I mean,
Yeah, I mean you can change it where it's like off. You got a 10-degree difference is what you can do there. Yeah, so like if someone walks by and they burp at it and your hot breath hits it,
yeah, it's gonna go
all that
off.
other jazz. Let me turn this off. But that's
That
my
is
favorite thing.
that thing covers about 5 or 6 different things in one little handheld device, which is
You can mark your own
awesome.
flags, but
Yeah,
that right there, that device, when I plug it in and I go back and watch a video and I see something happening, it's like when we do an Estes, I'll put it on the floor next to me and I try to sit still. It's not always easiest. But it'll go off when I go back and look at the videos and I want to see what's by it. It helps me find if there's anything going on. Like Cambry, there's no vents upstairs whatsoever at all. So it's typically cold in the winter, hot in the summer. But if you have it going off for a weather spike and it's not by anything that can cause it, I want to see if something happened that went through. Like what did make that happen? That thing is amazing. And if you don't have one, I highly recommend it. Use our link below.
I'm gonna pull up a real quick clip of this bad boy in action. We did use it at Cambry. Set up a
GS2.
little GoPro.
That's probably the best buy, the best thing we got.
So this thing acted a fool at this investigation. This thing froze up on us so many times.
Well, let's break our rule here really fast. Just a little history of this room. This is Fritz's room.
Yes.
This room is like the darkest room in the house.
Yes.
It is very uneasy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the history, this is where he died from the plague way back. And this room, cameras don't work for some reason. Like you got a GoPro in here that's handling it, but you bring in your cell phone and all of a sudden, boom, live stream shuts off.
We were live streaming, and anytime we walked through the doors of this room, it would disconnect.
This
every time.
GoPro or GS2. How many times we changed the GoPro out? Like 2, right?
2 times, yeah.
So, but like this GS2, that it's hooked up to a battery pack to keep constant power because things drain energy, and it kept freezing up. So I had to keep checking it, and every time I would turn it back on and let go, and would go back and look at the recording, it was catching all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Fritz,
I don't know if we caught something right off the bat here. Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Tell them a little bit about this little device here.
Okay, so this one has a couple different settings. There's a motion So that grid you see on the wall, which comes up clear in a lot of other cameras, but this one here, with this full spectrum, you can still see it. Um, but if something were to walk by, that part that you saw flash blue, if it's red, that's capturing motion, where it's going, and it does a pretty accurate shape too. Like right there, that when you see it light up all blue, that's your EMF kicking in. So whatever is nearby is close enough to be like, oh shit, that there it is. Um, and at the top part, how that's all blue, it's coming from straight on. But there's 3 different segments in that top half circle, and it'll tell you kind of what angle it's coming at. But when it's all blue, that's EMF. And if you see like a little blue dot somewhere on there, that's a little bit of a weather fluctuation. And spirits are supposedly colder than anything else, and it picks it up. It doesn't go off just randomly. There's no timer, there's no nothing. But when it does go off, like right now, there's a slider on it. If you slide it all the way to the right, you shut off the sensitivity and everything. So it's got to hit it. I never had that slider on because when you do, it looks like just blue snowflakes falling across the screen because it's picking up all the air movement across that whole entire grid. And if it's a movement farther in the distance, there's going to be a smaller dot on that little grid up there that'll show you exactly where it's hitting as opposed to right up close.
Actually, right there, I think it just blue
Is
dot
this
pops
playing
up.
the whole time?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then there's still the bottom screen down there. It'll tell you how many events happened. It'll tell you if it was a temperature event or if it was actually like a motion event. It'll track a different grid that'll give you generally where it's sitting. So like at Ashmore, there was a spot where that little grid down to see like there's a little one that just spiked up on there. You got to catch it. It can go fast. At Ashmore, we had that up in this one room, and there was a spot that was on there off over by that Christmas tree. And
Yeah.
then if you watch that video, see, I don't know if you can see it in there if you have a way to kind of get inside more, but you can see the blue dot up above and you can see the little white grid down below. It stood there like something was sitting there just watching us. And it wasn't until I went back to watch the footage where I actually caught it. So like those little circles that are on the bottom part, yeah, here you go. Here you go. I don't know exact time where it's at, but this is our little video. But you see how that bottom one's kind of turning green right now? Green is green, like right now it's all straight blue, like something's just right there. And it's like, holy crap, tripping everything. Yeah, I don't mind that light. Everyone likes to use that light, but that light in the hallway just goes off whenever.
Yeah.
But if you see that little white square, it'll have a dot and it'll pinpoint exactly where it's at. But since that top right half circle, it's coming from that side with the Christmas tree. And it just kind of stays there. And the bottom one, you can see the 3 segments below. It'll actually pick up something that'll get close behind it. So when you activate it, you want to make sure you step away so it can do a baseline. But it picks it, whether it's energy, movement, or weather, and weather typically doesn't cause that to happen. It just kind of shows the fluctuation of the weather change, where the top square will have a blue or a red, and it's not necessarily temperature of the room because I tried that with the AC on it and I tried it with the heater on it. It's more along the lines of if something crosses that sensor and moves it, it'll make it actually go. But if it turns yellow, something's right up on that thing and actually touched it, and that has only happened that one time. Hell, I think it was here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was in the tall man kitchen area.
Yes.
Yeah. That happened, and that was awesome. And I didn't realize what that was until I went back and looked, and I'm like, oh, we tried to catch some 7 or 8 foot tall.
The Shadow Man.
The Shadow Man, yeah.
So with this grid too, right? When you set it up and it's calibrated, it is measuring the distance from this device to the wall, correct?
Yes, yeah, and all down the hallway it does it too.
And if anything crosses this path or essentially goes into grid,
you will see it on that device.
Tell you, you'll see it, and it'll tell you how far away this object was that blocked the grid. Which
the bottom screen will tell you exactly the distance. The top screen, right above the circle, will show you that it's right there. In fact, if you go, do you have that one clip? Nah, it's probably too hard to find right now. It'll be in the Cambry video. You'll see me setting up the millimeter and something else, a camera for preparing for the guy's Estes. You'll see me on that screen. You'll see a shape of my arm and everything right next to it in this room.
Let's see.
remember that one time when I walked away and I moved the cat ball and everything else, and then the one cat ball, the other one I didn't touch goes off? I
Let's
might
see if I
actually
can
have
find
that in my notes here.
them.
So it's before that. Um, Here, I got my notebook right here, actually. Na, 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 na.
It actually might be right here.
But it's really cool though, because you can see it. And like if you stand up there and you start flapping your arms, it actually looks like something on that screen's flapping the arms. It's getting closer. It's clearway cam. But that device is awesome. You can the only sensitivity you can change on that is the actual weather one. Everything else is more along the lines of a touch. I think it's after this.
So I believe it goes right to.
I didn't realize I had that many notes for this place already.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
Yep. But this is pretty much the Mel meter mixed in with one of those laser grids and like a EMF or K2. They're kind of pricey, but you get them and you figure out how to work them. They're worth it. It's oh, here it is. It's clip 9 minutes and 6 seconds on 22168. But the Solus and how that's different from the GS2 is the Solus graphs it, documents it to the very second. And the Solus, I think, actually can tell you if something has energy or not. We were at Asher Walton, and they had those dolls, those creepy, creepy ass dolls. I mean, feel
Yes.
free to watch that video if you want to see something that's going to hunt you down one time. Um, that none of those dolls triggered anything with that at all. It was like I was expecting something to reach out, slap me, or whatever. Um, but
We had a
like,
lot of K2 hits with those dolls, and
oh
we had
my
a cat
god,
ball go off too.
something was going off with those
Something,
crazy dolls.
something was happening. Those
Move
dolls,
this aside.
for sure,
Yeah,
for
I don't
sure.
know. I don't know if you're pulling it up, but it is 906 on that video. But
I don't think. Yeah,
it wouldn't pick anything up there. But we went to the choke room. It was picking up stuff there. We're probably the only ones that call it the choke room.
yeah. I think there might be 3, maybe 4 of us that know why we call it the choke room. Still trying to get that footage though, but yeah. When we were there, Keith was telling us, the owner of Asher Walton House, that there was a team there before. Woman was in that room by herself, and she swears that something grabbed her throat. They do have security cameras all over this place, as you know the homeowner himself does. And when you went back and watched it, you can clearly see a hand come out from behind and grab her
Plain as
around the
day.
neck, plain
God,
as day.
I wish I was smart enough to put the camera on him when he was showing us that,
Yeah,
because we were filming that
yeah.
walkthrough. But I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't let us because he won't give it
I
up for personal reasons.
I did reach out and ask if I could use that footage or if he could send it to me. He said he was going to try and get permission from them. Um, but if you're ever at Asher Walton House, ask him to show you that clip, because it is actually insane.
It comes from it's weird too because he was saying that in that room where she was sitting, it was the fireplace
Yeah,
going right
the
up, but there's a
chimney was
closet
right
next to
behind
it. So
there.
when you open that closet, like we don't fit in that closet. That's how small that closet is, which is weird because everything in that house is giant. But that chimney that's right there, and it's all drywalled off or plastered or whatever. Like that house, that it's just amazing. What do you
Gorgeous
say?
house.
German, Belgian, and something else. Like woodworkers came out to build that
Yeah,
house because he could.
yeah. That's back in the 1800s, man. That's kind of crazy to think that, like,
My God. But
top
yeah,
notch woodwork and stuff, and
you
it's
see that
awesome.
hand that just kind of like right around her throat.
Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, I mean, unfortunately, in this field, everything is questionable.
That's why we do it, though.
So much craziness and falsification and whatnot going on that we could tell you this and we're blue in the face, and you're gonna be like, okay. And I thought the same thing when he was telling us that story. I'm like, really? Something grabbed her by the throat. But then he showed the clip, and I was like, oh shit, okay,
So, but
that
my
really
favorite
happened.
part, my favorite part of that night was did your Estes in that room in that chair, and if you watch that Estes, you were constantly clearing your throat.
Really?
Yep, you don't even remember, do you?
I don't remember that. No, that was a while ago. But
If you go
yeah,
through it and you're like, because there was 2 times, not the time where you're like, there's something in the door.
yeah.
Not that part. You were up. Oh, I guess it wasn't your Estes. It was you were alone in that room though. You were doing something. You were constantly clearing your room, and I was like, man, it's heavy, it's dry, but like What you sat in that chair? I didn't.
Interesting. I'm gonna look back and look at that myself.
It's
But yeah, it's to kind of to play into that. The fact that there's so much kind of crazy false stuff out there. Um, not
that's
just
sad.
false or fake, but like stuff that you know uh, could have been something else, but it was still kind of put out as paranormal.
See, that's why I always ask the question, you know, too much or not enough, because
Yeah,
you always want to capture something. But
that's the
it,
goal.
like I would love nothing more to be like, look, an actual ghost, an actual demon, or whatever, and
Yeah,
show people it. But they're not going to believe it either,
no,
And it's like until they come with us.
right, right.
Um,
And I guess what I touched on last episode too. Like that's why I don't like to come right out and say this is all paranormal activity. It's just I can't make a head or tails of it, you know.
right.
So it's like I usually call it unexplained. Paranormal is still a good word for it, but it's just like I don't know. I could not figure out. Nothing made sense as to why X, Y, and Z happened. So
So I guess I have another question. Um, Emotion versus adrenaline. We talked about this ourselves, but like for whoever's watching and yourself even, how do you know when what's what? Even going back watching in the video, like my assist at Cambry, the adrenaline, like just the place alone that night was
yeah,
emotionally charged because it was like, come outside, let me in, But like then here's the adrenaline. Like I love a good challenge, but sometimes at this place,
mm-hmm.
I don't
Yes.
really want to deal with it.
I mean, off the rip, it was right when we touched on it a bit. We'll touch on it again when we actually go through that video, but it wasn't right from the get go, and what happened outside before we even really started filming anything. Uh, I'd classify that as adrenaline.
Would be an emotional part for you.
When you were doing your Estes and you did whatever, you went wherever you went.
I went to Italy.
Because that was some shit that I don't think I've ever seen before. Like you were upright, clear, responses like what you were hearing, and all of a sudden you just slumped down and you went pure monotone. And again, it was still on the same. Come outside, come outside. I was scared.
It
Like
wasn't just me though either.
legitimately,
You watched that video and
legitimately.
everything was trying to get us to come outside
Yes,
or let it in or
yeah,
I'm out back.
yes.
You
But
know,
it was one
I
of those situations where I was like, I felt like I'm gonna have to do something by myself here. You know what I mean? Because like you were in it and you were in there deep. Phrasing, but you come outside. I'm at the front door and I'm just sitting there like, fuck, man. Like that was the closest I almost like pulled you out of that and said we're leaving. We'll come back and get our stuff. That was the scariest I think I've ever been. The scariest I've ever been. Um,
we
in
couldn't
that
even leave if
building,
we wanted to that night.
we couldn't. No, no. We didn't step foot outside of that house all day, all night. But what would your response be to that question?
Mine's more, what's the right way to word this out here? The first time I went to Cambry with Numbnuts,
Yeah,
um, emotionally, it was a great time, but there were some things that really just kind of ruined some stuff there for me. Like not the whole. I mean, obviously I'm hooked. Here I am, but the whole car talk. It's like
yeah.
like you said it best. Read the room. Let the house talk to you. I was quiet most that night, but like all the little chatter, the joking, the voices, the goofy voices and everything else. The emotion started getting in, and like, all right, man,
The
enough is enough.
premonition,
Yeah, the premonition.
his his vision.
Enough is enough. I mean, no more of that.
Boo
Bullshit.
sheet.
Like, and then I started getting upset where it's like, all right, something needs to happen here. Like the emotion starts getting to me, but when it does happen, I don't really know when it switches to adrenaline. But when things start happening, things start getting so cold because I was freezing that night, even though it was like March. Um, that's when the adrenaline was kicking in. It's like I could feel everything here starting to sweat, but then my limbs are getting cold. It's the thrill of the hunt definitely gives me the adrenaline, but I think more or less the people is
Yeah,
what does the emotion.
it's true. That's true. And having those two nitwits with us last time. Oh, by the way, when that podcast or episode does drop, we're gonna be busting chops. They are our friends. We've worked with them. We've known them for a while. It's all good fun. We're not being mean, but
No, no, no. They did good. The first
they
time
did a
doing
great
good.
job. They were all in,
Engaged the whole
asking
time.
questions, running the camera, using equipment, like they were in it, which was awesome to see. Um, Very interested to kind of get their take on it and whatnot, but that'll be for the next time.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you have to prove yourself in ghost hunting to people when you talk about it, when you're doing it, anything?
I mean, yes and no. That I know we put that one video clip out where third floor of Ashmore, and it was just of audio recording. And me and you were there. We remember the situation, outside noise or lack thereof, whatever it was. When we listened back, we heard something. We couldn't explain what it was, so we put it up on our channel. And we did get some guy to come in with his, keyboard warrior, typical shit.
Oh
all I
yeah.
all I got was sick from your camera work and XYZ, and I was just like, all right, thanks for watching. And he had to come back with a rebuttal, like that's not an appropriate answer, and it's just like go somewhere else
Yes.
then,
Yes, it is.
you
Thanks for
know,
watching.
go somewhere else. And that's why I was like, at least it's real question mark. And I was like, because what I meant was this is an unedited clip. We hear something, you don't. Sorry,
People hear on different frequencies all the time.
my bad that you didn't enjoy whatever we put out there. Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you should go somewhere else. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. We're trying to be, raw, very little editing, and I mean
Doing
shitty
it for
editing on top
ourselves.
of it, doing it for ourselves, but also kind of sharing like what we're finding and getting. That's why I made that comment. If you think anything is fake or anything is wrong or whatever, come on to my Discord. I'll show you. I have
Yeah.
not a single problem showing you raw footage. We'll go through it together step by step. I'll do whatever you want me to do, ask me to do, to show to you what we have recorded is real.
I don't remember if we talked about that, but I'm not opposed to doing it anyways. Get someone
I'm
on
not
here and
either. I
commentate a
mean,
video with them.
I used to do live footage review back in the day. So I'd fire up the old Twitch stream and just go through video footage and have other people there watching along, you
That's
know,
cool.
and helping out, chiming in. Because again, back then it was just me, so I had to go out to my Twitch community and
Well,
ask for help.
what about
But
them? You know, your last team. You feel like you need to prove yourself to them at all?
no, I ain't got to prove shit to them. I'm already on the up and up. I'm happier than I've ever been. Doing so much more than what I've ever done with them. And I'm not trying to throw shade, but at the same time, it's like time to close that book
I only
and,
bring it up because
and
of
burn it.
the first time I went, I kept getting history thrown at me. 17 years, we had TV channel,
Yeah,
things like that. And it's
yeah,
like, where?
yeah.
Where?
Well, yeah, the TV got canceled because someone's an idiot.
Yeah.
But again, closing that book, um, we're just getting better every time. Um, and
Good
we're having
locations.
more and more fun doing it every time. Yeah, we're getting out there. We're getting different locations. We're getting collabs. We're meeting other teams. None of this shit would happen with them. So, yeah. I mean, this is awesome. Like I said before.
I think it'd be cool as hell to get it set up with Tiffany, get her on here and talk about everything else because our podcast with her was when we were on her show was fun and we learned a lot about
Yeah.
stuff and she uses gear that we do not use, which is
Yes.
what I was going to ask next is what gears
Yes.
will you not use and why?
Yes.
I don't want to say not use because, for example, and I'm going to do this just because I want to see this happen so bad. Dowsing rods.
Yeah.
Like, it's always been
Yeah.
explained to me a lot of ways by many different people, different ways, but like, we even tried to mess with him in Cambry, and it's like it's so easy to move them yourself. But I want to see what she does and how she makes it happen because she uses them, and I believe in her and I'm sold on her. Because some of the things she talks about is so like, oh my god. But I want to see the right way.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can until I actually learn that. I don't know if I can buy it though.
That's true. I mean, you could say the same thing for like Ouija boards. You
Yeah,
know, it's a
yeah.
toy. You could buy it at the store. Um, yeah, you could easily manipulate it and move it around. But I have done it several occasions where I had a digital recorder right next to it, and it's picking up EVPs as we're doing it. So there is something to that. I will never, probably ever use a Ouija board at a location.
Well, Ashmore thanks you.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly. But that's the other cool thing too is like the stuff that we don't know about or we're not sure of or we've only heard about. Doing some of these collabs is going to be awesome because I mean we did listen to Tiffany's last podcast, and I know she said something about there is a wrong way to do it. Yes, there is a wrong way to do it, being a complete dick,
And
going into
faking it.
somebody else's place and being a complete asshole. But when I say there's no right way, there's no wrong way. I mean like actual investigating. Like
Taking it serious and
can't
doing
ask the wrong question. You know, equipment's going to do what the equipment's going to do. You just hope for the best. That you get something to share with others. But man, I'm telling you, I hope these two dorks actually get on with us so we can do this. Because
Looks like one of them's in Fortnite.
all
So,
right, awesome.
but
So
on the next little segment here, real quick, is
we'll pause because I do have to go to the bathroom. Or if you
okay.
want to talk, go ahead. I'll be right back.
I don't want to talk. What are you doing here? So some of those bathroom breaks are pretty crazy. I don't even know if he's recording or not. If you ever go to Demon House and you go upstairs, oh my god, that bathroom's gonna get you. It's not really a good place to hide. Sorry, taking some notes here. But I will say this: the last time I was out there, the only time I was out there with his last team, it was a lot of fun. Everyone seemed to have some good chemistry. It some things happen that are just like, oh my god, how do you know to find this stuff? And now the dead bell's going off. I don't know if you heard that, but the dead bell went off. There was that shadow that came down. It's in the video. It comes down and like all of a sudden it like touches your back of your neck, and you're like, what the heck? And then you look for everything. You like how did someone get in the corner behind you just to touch you? That choke room. Oh man, I wish we can get that video in that Asher Walton. That was fast.
I'm back.
Dead bell went off.
Too much Mountain Dew. Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. I was just talking about mumbling. So I'm actually taking notes here too. But how we were at the camera house for the first time, and he's like, it looks like there's an arm coming down behind you, and like all of a sudden I feel like I'm being touched. And then like the Asher Walton had the same kind of feeling. It's like,
Yeah, I always kind of had that thing. I don't want to say like a premonition or anything. John and I have talked about it before, but I haven't been wrong yet. And it doesn't happen every time. But occasionally at an investigation or at some point, I'll get this overwhelming feeling of something. Something is something's getting hyped up, active, like shit's about to hit the fan type of. I don't want to say like fight or flight, but I tend to get that flight feeling before, something was to happen.
instincts just kick in all over the
And
place.
yeah, and it's happened to us a couple times. At Cambry again. We talk about Cambry a lot, and we're going to talk about Cambry a lot. But sitting up on that second floor, that millimeter, I was just sitting in the rocking chair, and I just felt overwhelmed. Like something was just like thrown over me. That fight or flight kind of started to kick in. I even told you, like, I'm starting to get that feeling, like anxiety, like getting scared. And then the millimeter just took off. So those feelings, when they do kind of come in, and I did say I haven't been wrong yet. Typically, when I have that overpowering feeling, something does happen. Something
So
does happen.
that's actually a pretty good segue into that. Oh, you hear that?
Jesus Christ!
That's the dead bell. It's not on my desk. It's. I have to get up and go get it because I had it moved. Just because I don't want it right here because it'd be too obvious with all this stuff.
Yeah.
But has this even gone off yet? Nope. I had to reach for that. When we typically get those instincts on us, when we get to the house and we walk around and we check things out, that's when we roll for initiative to see who's doing it.
The good old roll for initiative.
So
Yeah, that's another little fun thing that we decided to throw into here just to kind of set ourselves apart from others. Something a little fun. We're nerds too. Play video games. We play D&D. Essentially, that's where it came from.
roll for initiative.
We were joking one day, and I was like, dude, yeah. Instead of like Rochambeau or rock, paper, scissors to find out who's got to do the worst thing in this place, why don't we just roll for it? And we were like, dude, that's awesome. That's a great idea. So we incorporated the roll for initiative. Is we go to a location and we get that one spot that we're like, well, technically, when we get to somewhere and the first person that's like, oh, I don't know about this, that's usually when we roll for initiative.
As soon as you feel it's like, damn it.
We're gonna see who's gonna go into this spot. But it's awesome. That's where roll for initiative came from. Fun little
we
thing.
had them roll last time at Cambry, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we had them. That had them roll.
Oh my god,
dude. I think Mike won and chose to do the Estes in Fritz's room.
Ah,
yeah. That was fun.
It's gotta be. I wish I should have just sat in that room with him, but I didn't want to do anything wrong just because I wanted to capture anything on there.
Yeah.
That room was crazy, but cameras were struggling. Okay. It's like
that is insane, man.
What do we got?
There you go. Live podcast investigation happening right now.
All down there. Let's see what happens. And wait for it to turn off, and I'll check on it again. Insane. Yeah, why not? Let's turn the Solus on.
Oh boy, here we go. You guys in for a treat now.
That's low because I got it on the charger.
Okay. Shut the vibration off though, so it's not triggering well.
Yeah, vibration is off all the way. Everything is set to like 1. I got it real simple. All right, we'll just leave it up and see how it goes.
Getting a live look at and you're already getting
off the bat. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right off the bat was an energy spike.
So he's been sending me clips too. It's like texting me of this dead bell, the REM pod, and a cat ball.
Holy, they're both going off.
Going off at the same exact time.
What?
He actually
going on.
You were watching a couple little furry friends, and they were acting weird as well, right?
Yeah, her sister's dogs. They were not leaving my side, and they weren't like whimpering, but they were like nudging and warning, like making these weird noises, and they're like, look, and I'm like, you stay right here. That's what got me going.
Yeah, see, I'm not allowed to do that in my house.
Wow. Can you hear the Solus?
Yeah. We both know something's in our house.
So we're gonna have to do something. Here's a spa day. Go enjoy.
Yeah, have fun. Get yourself something nice. While I set up all the cameras.
Oh man. Oh, whoa. See, right now it's hitting them. So like on the Solus, it'll have a counter, a magnet, like the magnetism. It's telling me right now there's a magnetism energy spike, and it'll go 1 to 10 on how these are 3s, which is pretty good for just sitting on a desk.
Yeah,
a solid desk.
Well, we might end up investigating John's house.
I think so. Dead bell going off. That cat ball's not doing anything yet. Oh my goodness,
that's crazy.
So yeah.
All right. I think. I think that's probably a good spot to stop.
Yeah, this is so. I guess if anyone
ring that bell if it's a good time to stop the podcast episode.
That's not me. No, the Solus go. Oh, energy. That was a 3. Now threes are not like massively powerful. There it is. There's 2.
And I'm not with him. I'm in a different fucking
city. A whole different county. So, yeah, so like the Solus is on my desk, but the dead bell is not. And like the louder the dead bell hits, the harder the spike was. So that's cool.
Well, there you go.
Oh man.
Spirits have spoken.
So yeah, we pretty
We're
much hit
gonna-
all the topics we want to talk about. Pretty much we investigate because we want to.
because we want to. And we put out videos to show you what we found. If you
And
don't agree, that's cool.
no
Tell
matter
us
when
what
you
you
find this video,
Yeah. Tell us what you think it could be, because we're all open for debunking and trying to figure out what an X, Y, and Z could be.
yeah, let us know.
We're
Join
just
us.
saying we post this up because we couldn't figure out what it was, where it came from, if we did it, we couldn't recreate it, couldn't replicate it, we're out of options. That's what gets put out there. And now that the dub bell's going off is
oh my god. Yeah. We're not stupid people by any means, but sometimes when you can't explain it, that's the fun of it.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode.
I'm gonna go hide in the corner now.
John's gonna go sleep with this thing now.
All right.
Not very happy. But yeah, appreciate you guys listening. If you have, check us out on Spotify and YouTube, BB Paranormal 81. I'll leave all the links and everything down below.
And if you want to get some of the gear, go through our link.
I'll post a link. Yes, we are affiliated. We're affiliated with Ghost Stop. So if you're looking to buy some new equipment, you can help out another paranormal team.
Any discounts, they do stack with any of their like holiday specials too.
Yes. So I'll have all that included in the bottom. So thank you guys all for listening. Thank you to the spirit for joining in there at the end.
Thanks, Mima.
Thanks, Mima. We'll catch you on the next episode. Deuces. All right. Until next time, John, play us out.
Do what now? Oh.